Good afternoon, Mike Oren here with the Visual Frameworks 1404 Week 4 Go-To Training Reflection video. Last night we went over 3 new elements that we can incorporate into our applications, as well as a method of exporting information from one JS file to the other. The first thing we went over last night was the text field input. Just kidding. These are all examples that we went over as a class last night. Nothing about each project. All right. So we have our text field, which we use by ti.ui create text field. Nothing new. We got the text view, which opens up a keyboard to put text into. Gave it a button view, and then when we put in a value that is defined by our variable hex codes, it will change the color of the window. If you insert something that doesn't match, then you get a no alert. Return, select the color, turns it red. Now if we entered something that wasn't predefined, like sushi, you get no. So that's the first thing we learned, was text field inputs and listening for specific values to be entered there. Next thing we learned about were switches. Switches is, again, same way to create it, ti.ui create switch. We added an event listener change opposed to listening for a click change. That way you can actually see the change happening. And as stated, if you're going with a click, click could be, you could click too fast and then the function wouldn't run as it should. I actually did change the code so that it will start off on the correct color without throwing an error. The last element we learned about were sliders. Pull this. For the slider, again, create ti.ui create slider. Width is going 100% across the screen. The value is the default value, what it's going to start off as, which is going to be 50 right here. We learned about the string.format. %3 is how many digits you will actually get in the slider value up to. So this will go up to 100. If that said %2, you would only get a maximum of 99. And then I have the decimal, and I have 0 decimal places, so we get nice whole numbers. And F stands for float. I believe that's what it was. So you don't have any decimal places. Nice floating number. We added the slider, we added the label. We learned last night that iOS you can add on one line just using a comma. Android doesn't like that. So if you're doing an Android application, you're going to want to separate each element that you're adding. Finally, we went over exporting, just a little extracurricular activity. How to export something out of here. You have your app.js file, and you're going to export whatever message. In this case, we're running a function that says when you export this message property, it's going to run this function, hello. It's going to give you the string hello and an alert, and we're going to require that test file, and then we're going to load that function. So that was week 4. That was everything we learned in our go-to session. Mike Oren signing out.